came to the religious beliefs that I have. Have I told you before?
No, you haven't.
Yeah, so basically, I believe in a spirit world, like an afterlife, the concept of good and evil spirits, and how I was convinced was actually by Luciferians. Like if you're familiar with like Michael Aquino or Aleister Crowley, do you know who they are?
Well, yes, I do. You put a big smile on my face because I'm not. I mean, I have mixed feelings on that subject, but I definitely do know what it is, and I don't know many other people who do know what that is. So I'm very interested now, so for sure.
Yeah, so Aquino, yeah, they convinced me, right? Aquino, he was a high level military intelligence officer. He founded the Temple of Set in 1975. He broke off from LeVay because he was buddies with him, a few years prior, and he was an expert, not around anymore, but he was an expert in psychological warfare and asymmetrical warfare, and he very intelligent. He was a former Green Beret, and I think a PhD in political science, and he did an interview with Sean Stone around 2017. It's pretty good if you want to check that out. And so he was one of the people, and like I mentioned, Aleister Crowley. He was a British fella. He was born in 1875, and he was raised religious, but he rejected it, and he did like he had like a trust fund, so he kind of traveled the world and he did all these weird, bizarre, like occult rituals. He was really into sex magic, and yeah, so he was another one that convinced me, and also too Albert Pike. He wrote Morals and Dogma. He was a Freemason and Confederate general. So those were a few.
Yeah, I've heard about. Yeah, I've heard a little bit about all of them. So it's somewhat familiar territory to me. I just don't know like the super deep details, but I've looked into it more than most people, let's say, for sure. So I have like a passing understanding, and I have friends who are a lot more knowledgeable about that than myself. But that is a very extremely interesting thing that you would bring up. So would you consider yourself a part of any of those things per se, or would you say that you're just swayed by the I'm trying to think of the right word, the power of the arguments that they put forth?
Yeah, they convinced me that the occult and black magic is real, and therefore that Set or Lucifer or Satan is also real. Therefore, God is real. So I want to be on the side of God, who is good. So it
Okay.
uh,
So are you against those guys though, or would you say that you're like think that they have some redeemable things about them
not
from your
much,
perspective?
not
Okay.
not much redeemable about them. They were Luciferian. So
Okay. Okay. So that's interesting. But you said that you're a Manichaean, right? And I think that's very interesting. I have a few friends who are a lot more knowledgeable about that, and so I might not be the best person because I don't really want to debate. I don't really believe in debate. I believe more in examining ideas, but I would
yeah,
love to see
conversation.
more people get into that because I've never heard anybody call themselves a Manichaean before.
Well, I just say that in the sense that I believe in the concept of good and evil, like good and evil spirits. So I guess you could also maybe call it like a Gnosticism, a belief that Satan rules the material world. And another thing too that really convinced me is there's all this like one eye symbolism in Hollywood. It's everywhere, and it's been around for a long time. It's decades, 50 years. And I just say to myself, like, why are they doing this? It's just really I don't know if you've ever seen the Lady Gaga video applause. You know, again, it's all my personal opinion, but it's loaded with occult symbolism. You know, so I'm just like, why are they doing it? You know?
Yeah, it's definitely well. It's what's interesting to me, and I'm sure that you've, based on what you're saying, I'm sure you have some familiarity with what I'm about to say. This whole, I don't know if we could say Epstein, but just let me know if I say anything I shouldn't, because I don't know what the rules are. I never do. But
I don't. And yeah, we'll just say Jeffrey E. I guess.
yeah, Uncle Jeffrey. Let's put him. Uncle Epstein, whatever his name. I don't even know, but whatever his name is. What's interesting about that is that I'm sure that you had the experience where if you tried to bring up stuff adjacent to the pizza and hot dogs and emails and whatnot, I wasn't really like hardcore into it, but I pretty much took everything at face value, like something like this is happening, right?
Mhm.
And what's interesting is that if you kind of took that general position, all the people who were calling you crazy back then are now saying, "Oh, look, this is evidence
Right.
that we're ruled by all these people," and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, so
Yeah.
it's just the most bizarre thing. I
Everybody said the
Yeah.
whole the Pizzagate, the whole QAnon. They said we were all crazy.
Right. And again, like maybe this is all a psyop too. I don't know. But the point, and again, this is why I think Michael Kino is interesting, because he kind of admits that like you don't really ever know for sure what is or isn't. And I'll tell you, like, I don't have like firsthand knowledge, but let's just say that I've experienced enough people in media, even on a low level, where, there's definitely something very weird going on. And, I don't know if it's appropriate to get into all of it, but the level of sophistication on the psyop division of what the United States or whoever is involved in whatever, I don't even know who it is at this point. People think it's that little country in the Middle East. People think it's Russia. I think it's all of them. I think they're all kind of in on something. But I think the Americans are probably, I think the Americans, the British, the French, and the Germans and the Dutch are kind of like the masters of it. But, who knows now with how advanced, someone like Russia or China or that other little country in the Middle East we can't talk about. Who knows
Yeah.
how advanced it all is. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, and even on like Jeffrey's Island, there's all kinds of weird occult symbolism too, like the structure of the build, some of the buildings. Yeah, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's Solomon's temple. It's something. It's some weird, it's and when I kind of like when I first heard about all this stuff, I was like, well, this just sounds too strange. But you kind of you see all these things. You see like some of the movies, like Eyes Wide Shut, and or Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer. They're good movies.
Yeah,
You know,
good point, by the way, because I know a Luciferian. I brought this up to him as well, Conan specifically as well, and yeah, that's one of those ones where it really starts making sense when you look at it through a lens, and it kind of shows you who someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger really was, and people think, oh, he's just some actor or he's some super soldier's son or something, but it's so much more sophisticated than that, isn't it? Like you really start looking at like someone's career like that, and it's like esoteric mean Mr. We call it esoteric mean Mr. Mustache stuff, right? But it ties into theosophy and all these other things that people don't like to get into, but it definitely has had a huge impact on everything that we take for granted in popular culture the last few hundred years at the very least.
hmm yeah, it's uh and I mean those like these movies they're way before the internet was even around, right? So there's something going on here. It's uh yeah, they're just there's all this there's a lot of like pyramids and one eye symbolism and dude, it's just like
Well, what's fascinating is that these people who now quote unquote agree with us about the Uncle Jeffrey stuff, right? Like it's very curious that like they don't want to get into this, but they're happy to take on like pseudo Marxism or something like that. And again, like, Marx and people like that, they have good analysis of problems, right? But here's the thing: Marx was a Luciferian person, like,
Yeah.
admittedly.
Right.
So they don't even. And if you say that to them, they're like, "Oh, that's ridiculous." It was only about uh, politics and economic stuff. It's like, no, it was 100% a mystical, metaphysical incantation that he wrote, right? And see,
Yeah.
and his thing is like they'll never take it on the grounds at which the person who wrote it themselves believed in, right? Like Descartes. Everyone is a Descartes cult member, right? And if you start telling them like, well, Descartes was basically having like hallucinations and talking to like interdimensional beings according to himself, and they're like, oh, well, that doesn't mean he's wrong. It's like, okay, well, I didn't say that he's wrong, but you don't think that that's important to understand where your belief system came from, right?
Right.
And it's just incredible. I mean, most people are a solipsist, and they think solipsism's stupid. Maybe I'm going to get banned for saying that word. I don't know, but you
Dude,
know what I mean. Like
I got banned. Like I got banned for something like last night that I couldn't even. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like I was telling somebody, I was like, it's Orwellian.
It
We
is.
have
Well, that is the main thing that I've learned on TikTok in my few months doing this, because I usually do YouTube, and YouTube is like has its own set of problems, but you can basically speak much more freely in general, especially on lives. Like videos, it's a little bit more censored, but and Instagram, I mean, dude, they're literally like selling women's bodies on there all day long. So I mean, I don't know what's going on, but but yeah, I would say that's the one thing I've learned is that I think one of the primary projects of TikTok is to teach particularly young people to speak in social interactions and newspeak that they learned in school.
Yeah.
Because you notice all these panels will not let you speak outside of newspeak. You have to give your pronouns. You have to give your political opinion. You have to say that you voted. If you don't meet any of these criteria, you're automatically excluded, or you get the 2 minutes of hate up to like 3 hours of hate. Like, you know what I mean? And they'll try to like get you censored or get you banned. And they'll say they're the most loving person in the world, but literally they want to like take you to a ditch and, unalive you essentially. So it's like, allegedly, I mean, that's what they say basically. So.
Dude, no, they look. It's I mean, we can say cuss words, right? We can say fuck and like but they don't want us saying like Mr. We got to say Mr. Mustache or
You're right, or P3DO, and I hate like these terms. It's so it's so insane.
Weird.
It's so and the level of comfort that everybody has with it. And look, I've picked up some lingo from the younger kids. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm trying to keep up with them and like understand where they're coming from. Because I really think that's important. Like, we need to understand where they're coming from, right? But it goes beyond a level where you're like, this is literally they're institutionalizing people into like mental health problems, in my opinion, right? Like, and it's so ubiquitous. And and honestly, like, I live in a very left wing place, and I don't feel like it's that bad in the general public relative to what I've seen on here. And I'm like, okay, this is intense. Like, I guess maybe I don't socialize enough. I don't know, but it's pretty scary to think that this is kind of where we're at in 2026. Like, I thought it was bad when I was a kid, but honestly, like, everyone I grew up with would be called like Yahtzees all day long compared to what we have now, because they were just normal Democrat people, for the most part, right? Like, none of this extreme. And again, like, here's the thing: I don't even judge like people who are like gay or whatever. Like, I'm a Christian, but it's like, it's not my job to like say that you're going to burn in hell forever. I don't know. You know what I mean? You got to work that out with your God, right? But it's like, it's just weird that like you can't have any opinion or analysis that goes against their convoluted and I'm sorry to go on. I'll be quiet in a second, but I just want to say, it's like it's so bizarre because a lot of what they say is like, for example, like you say, race is not a social construct.
Mhm.
I'll even grant them that just out of the sake of conversation, because I'll say, okay, like it's a social construct. Perfect. Okay. So, and then I'll say, so you admit that white is a social construct, and they'll be like, oh, well, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so why do you want to universalize collective sin on like a race of people that isn't actually a real thing? And they're like, well, all these bad people did these things and they look white. And I'm like, so if I were to say the same thing about a black person and say, well, let's collectivize all guilt because people look the same, like, doesn't that sound totally insane to you? And they're like, well, that's different. I'm like, how's that different? It's like, you're saying like, because I looks like somebody who lived hundreds of or thousands of years ago and looks like me allegedly, because we have totally realistic paintings before 1500, right? It's
Yeah.
like it's just totally insane, in my opinion. And if you can grant them all their points and use their own system against them, and they'll never ever give you an inch. They'll literally, like you've seen it on a couple panels with me, like they'll just have the entire group come and like,
Yeah.
five or tens of people just come at you and hate on you
You,
because you're
you
using your own
right.
logic.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Yeah, I actually, it was very enlightening. Like last, what first, Chaplain, go ahead. What would you like to say?
Hello.
How are you?
Doing good. Yeah, I hear you guys are discussing, you know, the the events.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the natural thing for any group of people to do is to try to take over their environment. And I don't think that there's any reasoning with another group of people to try to convince them that we shouldn't be colonized or oppressed or punished or have our country taken from us. It will never work. And it was extremely foolish for any of the people who allowed other groups to be citizens.
Yeah, I was talking to a panel last night, and it was so enlightening because it's what I've thought for a very long time, and they confirmed it. Where it's they're basically, I said to him, I said, about 10, 15 years ago, I saw like Bill Maher. He was talking to, I think, a member of the band Rage Against the Machine. And the guy said that Yahtzee should be something like, I'm paraphrasing, but Yahtzee should be punched in the face, right? Just if they're just sitting, so like just if they just just walk up and I asked him last night. I said, "Do you agree?" And they're just basically like, "Yeah." So they think words are violence, therefore they're justified in committing actual physical violence against the right. They're fucking crazy. I think they're like Bolsheviks or Jacobins is what I compare them to.
Yeah, that's 100% what it is. And what's interesting about it is that, and I'll be quiet in a second, but it's interesting because it's not even the word, it's the thought, right? It's the very thought. And for example, like this whole PDF file panic. My friend has coined this term. I'm sure other people said it, but so it
Is
went
that
from
a hairpiece on the top of your head? Your hair look fake as
Oh
hell.
my god, I love this guy. Hey Tyrone, what's up, Tyrone?
It look
My
like a
friend.
hairpiece, bro. Is that a hairpiece on
My
your
hair's
head?
real, man. My hair's.
Pull it for. Let me pull it. Let me see. Why
I
your
don't.
hairline back so far like that? Man, that hair. Yeah, that's a hairpiece, bro.
Not a hairpiece,
That
man.
shit ain't real.
What's up with you, Tyrone? What you doing?
Yeah, man. Why?
I don't know, dog, homie.
Straight up hairpiece.
Come
Damn,
on,
you
come
Hey,
on.
going?
why don't you
How
turn
old
your
are you?
camera
You
on?
going
Why don't you turn
bald
your
that
Come
camera
quick,
on,
on,
man?
Bad Wolf?
How
Let's
old
see
are
what you're
you that
working
you
with.
going bald like that?
Let's see
How
what you're
old are
working
you,
with, Bad
bro?
Wolf. Let's see what your hairline looks like.
my hair's
Bro,
real.
how
Come on,
old
man.
are you, bro? That your hairline like that,
Let's see
man.
your hairline, bro. Come on.
Let me see your hairline. Let me see if you, because I know white boys, they hair, when
Hey,
they
why are
lose
you
their
talking
hair,
like that? Why are you talking like that as a white man?
white
Why are you trying
boys
to
lose
impersonate
their
my people,
hair.
man?
White
Why are you
boys
trying to
lose their
wait? Why
hair,
are you
man,
talking
at
like my people, man?
19.
Hey,
White boys lose their hair at 19, man. How old are you? Let me see your hairline.
hey, yeah, you right. She
Y'all lose your hairline at 10 years old, man. Cause that damn show ain't real there. You done got your ass on TikTok, man, with a hairline like that. What's wrong with you, man?
You know, nobody ever talked about, like, until I got on social media, nobody ever talked about, like, me having a big
You look
forehead.
like Eddie the Master.
Yeah.
Why you don't like white people? If you can't love white people, you can't love yourself, man. You need to forgive your mama.
He look like Eddie the Master, man. How you look, white boy? Let me see how you look, white
I cannot
boy.
stand these fucking
White boy,
niggers.
let
You're
me
going to
see
be
how you
at
look,
my
white
feet
boy.
before my life is over, nigger. I promise you that.
Yeah, you can request back, man. But yeah.
Hey, he got mad and you ain't even got mad. You at least halfway laughing. What's wrong with that white boy getting mad like that?
Well, I think you're
I
white,
was
aren't you?
talking- I
Aren't you
was
white
talking
though? Why are
about
you?
you.
Hold on. Why are you
I
talking
was
about
talking
that?
about you.
Hold on. You're a white guy talking like that. Why are you talking like that right now?
Hello.
Hey, little dick white boy. I ain't a white boy, man. Little dick white boy. I'm black, man.
Are you sure? Because most people in the United.
You
Hold
want
on.
me to show you?
Let me explain to you because most.
Show us.
Little
Face
dick white boy.
reveal.
Hold on one second, because most African Americans
little
are
dick white
mixed.
boy.
Hold on. Most
Little
African Americans
dick white
are
boy.
mixed with white DNA.
I just
Is that not
told
true?
you, well, I just told you. I'm a black guy, man.
What percentage white are you? You should get your DNA test.
A BBC black guy. Now what you talking about,
Ooh, he
little
said
dick white boy?
BBC.
What you talking about, little dick white boy? Huh?
Why are you thinking about a white man's penis?
Why are
What
you thinking
you
about a
talking
black
about?
man's penis?
Exactly.
Well, I'm not. He's the one who brought it up.
Yes, you are. You thinking about
Hey,
his
he
black
envious.
penis.
He know he envious of it, ain't he?
Yes, he
envious.
is. We love BBC.
Come on now. There you go. Tell him again.
I mean, this is not really anything that interesting to me. Is that all you got to talk about? My dick? That's all you got to say?
He
That
got
finger.
you stuttering.
We don't want to talk about your wee wee.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about your little dick, man. Nobody talking
I
about
get
your
it. I get it. We should put a little counter on the screen. How many times are you going to say my dick?
Wee wee.
You're a grown
You
ass
can't
man.
say that on. You can't say that. It's wee wee.
It's wee wee.
Why you guys speaking English right now?
Hey, wee wee boy. You can't say
A
that.
wee wee is
boy.
a wee wee that is under 5 inches.
I love this. This is great.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You love 5-inch wee wees.
I'm glad that you guys are showing how unintelligent you are. I'm glad you got. I have 100,000 people on my channel watching this right now. By the way, so
Oh goodness gracious!
give me your personal social media. I'll make sure that you'll find some friends.
You just let him
How
know
about you click on my profile and you show my and you see my username.
Okay.
You just let 100,000 people know about your little wee wee, man.
Okay.
100,000 people know about Angie.
Yeah.
I am famous. Oh my goodness. Copenhagen, do you hear that? I'm famous now. We can get out the suburbs.
Oh, shit.
Is that all you got? You got anything else to say that's intelligent, or?
I'm so excited. I'll let you know when I get out the suburbs.
Angie, what does your dad think about you taking BBC?
Well, my dad's in an urn, so I don't really know what he thinks.
Thank God for that. I'm sure he'd be
Thank
rolling
God
over
for
his
that,
grave right
because
now.
I didn't really know him, so I don't really know. Like,
I can tell.
Hey, man, Angie cooking the shit out your ass.
I mean, if you ask me about my mother, I'd probably know a little bit more, but she's also in an urn. So,
Man, Angie cooking you, man.
my mother's also in an urn, and she was a great woman.
Obviously not.
Obviously
Angie,
not.
Angie cooked
What, you don't like
man.
interracial relationships?
I never said that. It's your attitude. It's your
It's my
unintelligence.
attitude. What did I do? You just said 100,000 people were watching me.
Because here's why. Because I'm from the South as well, and
Okay.
where I come from, we respect ourselves. We don't degrade ourselves.
Are you sure about that?
Absolutely.
Where are you from then?
Your mama.
My mother. You're in the earth with my mother. I can't believe it.
How about you, Tyrone? Where's your daddy?
Oh my goodness. Hey, I grew up without a father too.
Man, Angie was cooking the shit out you.
Hey, I grew up without a father and I turned out just fine.
I really think aren't you Tyrone? I've talked to you on another panel before, right?
Say what?
Tyrone, I know this dude from another panel we talked before.
Oh man,
he must be a fan of mine.
no, I'm a fan of Angie's right now.
There's more where that came from.
Hey, I'm a fan. I'm a
Probably
real fan.
probably about 350 pounds more of that.
No, I would say about 650.
Yeah, Angie cooking your ass.
650. Wow.
Get me on my 600-pound life. I'll lose all the weight and make you look stupid.
Okay, sure.
Can you contact Dr. Now for me? I can't seem to get contact with him. I think I'm too big for him to see me.
I mean, this is free content for me. You guys can keep going. I like it.
I'm answering your questions.
Hey, she making you look bad with your own jokes.
Oh yeah, I look really bad right now. You're right.
I'm answering your questions, and I love answering questions from people.
Hey, Angie got you saying, okay.
I mean, there's nothing really to respond to here, so.
Well, why do you keep asking me
Hi.
questions then?
Hi, are you at least 18?
Yeah, I'm 18.
All right, what would you like to say?
Oh, nothing. I'm just in here for fun. This is my alt account. But yeah, I saw the live and I was like, okay, might as well join.
Yeah,
We're having a jolly good time.
Hey, if you want to laugh, boy, you better
I mean, you
stay
guys
here.
are laughing over nothing, so yeah.
So
Angie,
Tyrone, if
Angie
you don't like
cracking
white people,
jokes.
why do you like white women? Why do you like white women? You don't like black ladies?
Who
That's
said
not
I
very
didn't
nice.
like black? Who said I didn't like white people? Huh?
I mean, you came in here talking about white people, right?
I came here talking about his hairline, and you got to talking. I just asked him, was it a hairpiece? Damn.
Not a hairpiece, man.
So do you like white people?
I love white people. What you mean?
Why does it matter what color you are?
I mean, I agree. I think we
Hey,
should judge people based on the content of their character. Not their
Listen,
color
you
difference.
got mad because what Angie talked about my BBC, man. Don't get mad at that, man. You can't
I mean,
get
why would I be mad
at
about that?
man. You was mad what Angie was saying I had, man, and what you had.
I mean, why would I be mad about that?
Listen, don't let that offend you, man. Don't let it offend you.
We
But
all
I'm
talk
brave.
about wee-wees every once in a while.
Don't let it offend you, man. Well, my BBC offend you, man. Don't be offended by
Yeah, I'm not. So who'd you vote? Who'd you vote for?
I voted for Trump. Who you vote for?
My dick.
Oh my Lord. Well, hey, you didn't get much of a vote because that was a very small vote there, wasn't it?
Bad Wolf, do you still agree with Trump with what he's doing right now, or do you disagree with it?
Well, what you mean? Agree with Trump saying what? What did Trump do? He got found guilty or something? That I didn't know
And
about?
just the whole ICE stuff. Like, do you agree with that, or are you against
Yeah, I
that?
agree with ICE. Yeah, most definitely. You don't
Okay.
agree with ICE?
I feel like it could be executed way better. I
agree.
What do you mean? You think they could have got rid of Renee Good faster, or what?
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I
see that.
think I
I
should
got a
just
joke
be
with him
reformed.
now. I'm on this side with the jokes now. Y'all talking about Trump. I got a joke with him now. Because Trump, I got a lot of respect for Trump.
No. It's okay.
No, they just seem very violent, which I'm not for.
But listen, people obstructing justice. What do you think they're supposed to do? If you don't mind me asking, let me tell you, listen, if you was a police officer or whatever y'all want to say IC is, but because I know they police officers, but
Copenhagen.
You going to somebody's house looking for all types of people that don't supposed to be here, that's doing all type of wrong things, and you going to raid a house. Why would you obstruct justice like that? Why would you even do that? So how's that ICE fault?
My thing is, I think it could be reformed just a little bit.
I don't know, Angie, because you got to look at it. We live in America, man. You know it.
Yeah, I see. I know.
Yeah, a lot of Americans is kind of hard to reform, whether they black, white, or whatever race. I don't know.
Yeah, and I also feel
we feel entitled for some reason. We feel entitled that we should be able to do anything. We feel like we above the law, and that I gotta get put back in place. Some Americans, I can't get mad at that.
You're saying that as a black man? That's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm saying it as a black man. I take accountability as a black man. I ain't a victim out here. What you talking about? I don't victimize myself.
No, I agree with you. I think it's good. I wish I had that interaction more on TikTok.
Oh, well, I like you. You know what? Me and you was, or I guess I like you now. See that we the best of friends.
It must be it must be the power of your BBC, if I had to guess.
It's the power of BBC, I swear.
Hey,
Clearly.
You my buddy. What's your name, man? You my buddy, man. You hear me?
All right. Well, you gotta buy me dinner before you go that far. Okay.
I'm gonna buy you dinner, then. I'm gonna come.
You have to buy dinner just to know your name.
Yeah, I mean, I've learned from the ladies. Okay, the ladies are top of the line.
Anytime you want to come to Michigan, you a Trump supporter, I got you. How about that?
Uh-oh. That sounds more like in Michigan. What's going on in Michigan?
Well, that's where I'm at. Where you at? I can come to you and buy you dinner. You a Trump supporter. You got my age.
Well, why do you like Trump? But why do you like Trump? Some people say that he's, many bad things.
The Motor City, so I don't want to hear. Motor City, it's over with.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I mean, but they got you guys got all the Islamists, right? So I mean, they're moving in, right?
Motor City is horrible. I'm telling you, brother. I'm telling you, with God love, it's over with for here.
You don't think the Muslims are making it great again?
Making it? You mean making it worse again? No, oh man, they making the Motor City horrible. They you know how the protesters do in Minnesota. That's how they do. They get there and try to. Yeah, it's horrible here, man. I'm gonna be real with you.
Why? What is it? What is it about? What is it about it that makes it so bad? Do you think? I mean, about the situation.
What you about, as far as like the Islam protesters? Oh, what you talking about, as far as what?
Yeah, well, just like in general, like because you're talking about the immigration and I've never been to that part, but I will say that I have friends up there, and they told me like, I mean, the Muslims think it's great up there, more or less. But
yeah, they definitely think it because they getting tax incentives, and I'm sure they do. So yeah.
but otherwise, I've heard nothing but horror stories for the most part.
Yeah, it is horror stories. I mean, hey, that's the truth. I tell everybody. They say is Michigan or Detroit as bad as they say it is? I tell them yes. So
But what do you think it is that makes it that way? Do you think immigration's made it a lot worse, or?
I mean, actually, I don't know, man, about with Michigan. I mean, we got immigration problems, but not as big as other people do. But I mean, I don't know, man. Michigan, I think it's like you say, after they took the plants away, it made Michigan, man, like a garbage filter or something. It is. Once the plants left, man, a lot of people left from Michigan too. A lot of people moved from Michigan once they took those plants. So if you really don't own anything or got some type of small business, or it's like basically you surviving here with a job. It's like it's hard because if you don't own, like I say, if you don't own some type of property or some type of business that can generate you, you know what I'm saying, some type of decent money,
Well, it's interesting because I ask a lot of Black people on TikTok, and like genuinely, I grew up in the South, and I grew up around a lot of Black people. I mean, from my perspective, I did, and I never had any racial tension whatsoever growing up. So it was only when I came out to the West or
it ain't that much
recently
racial
that I've seen it.
Yeah, a lot of us, you have races everywhere from Black, white to any race, but I think for the most part, that's one thing I can say about Michigan. It ain't too, you know what I'm saying, races here, because you got a lot of ethnic backgrounds. So,
but the reason I say that is like what's interesting is I talked to a lot of people on TikTok, and I asked them, I say, how is the immigration situation helping Black people in America? And they always say, something to the effect of like, well, it don't gotta benefit us, or there is no, we're all immigrants, or they do, whatever the talking point is. And I just find it very interesting.
I don't think I'm an immigrant.
Exactly. Yeah. I pretty much feel the same way. Like, I mean, my family came like in probably the 1800s, or like the late 1800s or the early 1900s. So like, I don't even think my family was here like way back as far as I know.
I wouldn't say I'm an immigrant. I ain't gonna, that's just me though.
No, but still, but my point is like, from my perspective, it's like, look, you got the natives, you got the white, and you got the Black, and pretty much we make up what America has been in some form or another, good, bad, or indifferent. And I'm not saying I'm against other immigrants at all. Honestly, I live around a lot of like Asian immigrants, and I get along with them pretty well. But here's the thing: is like I've also been to their culture and I've been to their place, and like, look, I don't want to live like them. See what I mean? Like they can come here and enjoy with us. They don't have to bring their whole way of life and change everything about the way that we're living here. See what I mean? Oh, yeah. And I think if you have, most of them don't want to do that either. So it's kind of weird that everybody's like, well, why we got to change everything? Everything sucks. Well, like why? Like, and how's that going to help whites or Blacks or anybody else in this country? Exactly. And it's just weird. They drive a wedge between whites and Blacks and natives and saying like, we got to be at odds, right?
My biggest thing with immigrants is now they can come over here, right? It's like you said, but they can come over here, they can commit crimes or anything, and then they can run right back to their country and not, you know what I'm saying, have to deal with any consequences. We can't do that. If we commit a crime in America, or we go to their country and commit a crime, we gotta do the time. But they can commit a crime here, it's like Trump say, then they can just disappear and we don't have no fingerprints. We don't even have no data paper on them. So
well that's and this is the thing is like I've known a lot of people from South America and Central America and stuff. And a lot of the ones who are here legally, they don't want more people coming. They're like, no, I'm here. I don't want them following me here. And it's like, it's just weird that all these like, especially white people, they're like, oh no, we got to help them. But I'm like, ask the average immigrant. They don't really agree with you. You know what I mean? It's
No, they
only these
don't
like
agree.
weird people who've been college educated or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like you. A lot of immigrants, they don't want other immigrants to come. So,
Postmodernism.
like you say, why should we? But hey, man, listen, I enjoyed y'all, man. Listen, I like to joke a lot, so I ain't trying to. I hope I didn't offend nobody. And listen, y'all continue the good work, man. Continue being good people. Continue being funny, man. Listen, no matter what, always be able to laugh at anything, because I do.
Keep that BBC strong, okay?
You silly.
All right. Awesome. What about you? I mean, I didn't mean to cut you out of that conversation. It was the power of his BBC. I couldn't help it. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Sure you do. Okay. Let me ask you this. What do you think about men? Do you like men or think men are trash?
No, I think men can be sweet.
But do you want a sweet man or do you want like a bad guy?
No, not bad guy. I just want someone who's sweet, not mean or degrading or anything like that.
You don't want a guy who drives a fast car and
no, don't.
Chevy or Ford?
I don't know. Don't ask me that because I don't know.
Okay, scooter or bicycle?
What? Bicycle.
Okay. So you like the hippie guys? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Oh, okay. Nice. So you don't have any opinions about anything?
Well, I do have some opinions, but not a lot of people like them, so I usually just stay shut.
Wow. Yeah. Are you? You must be married.
What? I'm not married. I'm 18.
Oh. Well, it's never too. Well, it's obviously too early before 18, but it's never too early. Other than that.
I don't know. I got to figure myself out before I get married.
What do you mean by that?
Just figure out what I really want to do, and like who I want to be, who I want to strive for, what my goals are, and find a person who fits with my own goals.
Okay. Well, if you had to choose something today, what would you say your future that you'd like to see? Is like kids and horses and dogs, or like a high level corporate job where you're like working 60 hours a week until you're 50 years old and burn out?
I'd say my all-time dream is to own my own animal rescue.
Damn, I knew it.
Yeah. But that's my big goal. I don't want kids. I don't know. I think the world has too much people at this point.
Well, but all the people that should be having kids think like you, and all the people who shouldn't be think like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But so that's okay. I imagine it's probably because most of the guys your age are vaping and listening to like whatever kind of drill rap music they played today, if I had to guess.
Yeah, that's basically all it is.
Right. And they're like getting ready to go to prison, and you're trying to like, go on a date with them. And they're like,
yeah, they just don't take things seriously at all.
Well, this is why a lot of women go for older guys, I guess. I mean, I never believed that until I got older, and then I'm like, oh, I see, understand, because I thought it was bad when I was younger, but I see some of the young guys now, and it's like, it's really bad, and I do feel really bad, honestly.
Yeah, I find that very funny because almost every girl I meet, it's always, oh, I want an older guy. Oh, I want an older guy. And I find that so interesting.
Well, I don't think it's. I think it's just because of. I think it's somewhat biological, but I think it's also just like the culture is so messed up now that it only gets worse over time.
Yeah.
Like my grandparents all got married around the same age, right? But everybody was like an adult at night. Like 18 years old, my grandfather had been working for like 10 years, so he was like an adult.
Yeah, that's
So basically an
crazy to
adult.
think about. Because my grandparents got married at 18. I'm like, I thought about it and I was like, I could never see myself married at this age. And it's so weird. And I just wonder how that will progress in the future. If that'll get worse, if that'll change. Like, yeah.
How about you, Carrie?
Oh yeah, I was not trying to interrupt y'all's conversation. Oh, I'm divorced, so don't ask me that.
Well, maybe we can learn something from it if you want to hear.
Yeah. Everyone's different.
Did he come out of the closet or something?
No, not at all. He was actually a pretty important person in this world. Yeah, just didn't work out.
Well, I mean, you don't have to share anything, but I am curious if you could just give me like a generality of like, what do you mean by that?
Law. We'll say law.
Law? No. Well, what I mean is like, why didn't it work out? I mean, yeah.
Oh, because you think you like know someone, and then you think like it's the perfect thing, and then you do like outgrow people, and it does happen. So.
Yeah, I can see that for
I'm
sure.
a fan of marriage, but at the same time, like I'm also a fan of divorce. Because why I live in misery.
Yeah, I can understand that. The older I've gotten, I've understood it. I always thought it was really bad when I was younger, but the older I've gotten, I've understood it. I've been pretty lucky where I haven't had to go through that yet, but and I don't think I will. But I just think it's interesting because like I know so many people who live in misery, and I can tell you like I could not do that for sure. Like it's not something that I could. Yeah, like and I think it's dangerous. Like, and I think this is where a lot of people get it twisted, and they say, well, like men are really bad and evil, and they just fly off the handle. But it's like if you're in a toxic relationship, like it can spiral out of control. You know what I mean? Like, and people don't understand that. I think it's like it's not just men men have high testosterone or men are evil. I think it's like people, people can bring out the best in each other or the worst in each other, if that makes any sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And and I think it just takes a lot of time to know somebody, for sure. And and people, like you said, people do change over time to some degree, or people reveal who they are, I guess, over time. But I think people change too, because life is it can be very difficult in a lot of ways, but in like subtle ways. It's not only like the super crazy stories that people tell. It's sometimes like, I mean, we don't really have like strong families here in America. Do you know what I mean? That kind of like hold you together, and that has that has good parts about it too, but it also has like bad parts.
We used to. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I grew up with a big family and like a lot of people around, but I don't know anybody who lives that way anymore. So
that's rare.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it happens. It just seems pretty rare now. And I think that's kind of why people like this young lady here, they have a hard time finding it because, it's just kind of difficult. I mean, I don't think anybody makes decisions in a vacuum, but until recently, and now we're just all trying to like make decisions as a single person. And it's like, that's a very stressful thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, it's not normal that you just like make decisions for yourself as like an individual in a vacuum, and like nobody else has any input essentially. And again, there's good and bad about that, but I just think it's not like a natural way for us to live in a lot of ways.
Definitely.
Like, did your parents get involved when you got married, or did they have any say at all? Or
oh yeah, I had a very traditional wedding, huge traditional wedding, definitely. Yeah, Catholic church, all of it.
And they didn't have any problem with them before that, or
no, everything was fine. It's not a bad thing, and like it just didn't work out, and that's about it.
But I mean, there's nothing extreme. It was just more just the emotions fell away, or
no, it was definitely toxic. Actually, you use that word, so I'll repeat it. Yeah, it gets to be a little like, when you have toxicity, it's probably not going the right direction. There's passion, but it's probably not healthy passion.
Yeah, were you guys married for how is this too personal to ask if you guys were married for long?
How many? I think 7 years. I'm in my 30s, so yeah, like 7 years.
Wow. Yeah, my parents were married for 14 years before they split up.
Interesting.
Well, and do you think there was like in a perfect world, do you think there was ever any saving it, or is just gonna like no matter what happened, it was gonna eventually like run away?
I don't know. Like I changed my views because like let me ask you this. Do your parents still get along?
They
Awesome.
divorced when I
Sorry.
was very young.
Oh, yours too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I guess both of y'all.
But yeah, and it's not that they didn't get, well, they definitely didn't get along, but it was definitely more like my mom just refused to engage at all, and my dad was like, won't try after a certain time. So
yeah, so like I think if you give some time, maybe like there could be reconciliation, but I don't know, especially when you have kids.
How many
yeah, sorry,
kids do you have?
Good.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you have kids, Carrie?
I do not have kids.
Oh, you don't? You didn't have kids?
No.
Do you think that could have been part of the problem?
It was probably part of the solution more than the problem.
Right. Like, did he just not want kids, or?
No, it wasn't that.
Do you think there was like a lack of trust on one side or the other about that situation?
Maybe. Do you as a man, do you consider yourself like a trustworthy person?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. That's kind of a weird question because obviously everyone's going to say yes. I would say yes, just in the fact that because like.
But do you think like
I'm pretty thoughtful, I would say.
But do you think majority of like, I won't even say men, but people in general do lie?
No, I've always been pretty honest. I'm trying to just think like objectively because like I've been kind of like a pretty independent person for my entire adult life. So, but yeah, I've definitely never screwed anybody over or anything like that. So.
Okay, so there's a group on social media. It's multiple platforms. It's called like, Are We Dating the Same Guy? Right. So a lot of times people will be like, hey, everyone, I've been dating this guy for 6 months. He says I'm the only one. Hopefully no one else knows him. But when they post it, like these women will come out of the woodwork. It's literally all ages too. And be like, oh, he's in my DMs. He texted me this morning.
Do they like have to send you proof of that, or?
What do you mean? Oh yeah.
Like,
They'll do screenshots to prove.
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah.
I see.
What side is everyone on?
What do you mean?
Like, I guess more left or right?
I'm personally more right.
Okay, you awesome.
I'm more left.
You Savish?
I'm apolitical, but I'm on the right if you had to pin me down.
Okay. What was the topic about immigration?
Well, we're talking about marriage right now.
Marriage?
So.
Like, what do you mean about marriage?
Well, just sit around and listen. You'll catch on. But yeah, so yeah, you're saying that women kind of share this thing about cheating guys and stuff. I've seen some of that. I'm sure that you guys have your own little ways of doing that, but
yes, we do.
How do you feel about that? They're like, and so like, this is going to be weird. Let me ask it in a weird way. Like, you know, personally, like I believe that women don't really care about cheating in the same way that men do. So not to say that it doesn't matter, but I think that like they have different feelings about it, right? Like, and maybe you disagree with that, but like I think we perceive cheating in very different ways as men and women, right? And you know, do you think that, say again?
No, I said possibly, yeah.
Yeah. So like, for example, like if he was perfect in every other way and he cheated and it wasn't emotional and you didn't feel that your marriage is in danger.
No, see, that's the
you,
thing. I never dealt with any of the cheating stuff, but.
Right. But I'm saying like hypothetically, like if you had like the perfect guy and then it happened, do you
like
think that you could reconcile?
Or like emotional? Emotional for me would be worse.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and I think for men, it's like both. But I think definitely the physical side of it is like the biggest indicator that like it can't be repaired because it's a betrayal. See, like, and again, I think it's just because men and women are different biologically. Like men basically see like, well, and this is a poor way to put it, but I'll just do it anyways for the sake of argument. But for the sake of argument, let's say that men see it in the sense of like, well, you know, we're having children together. If you're having sex with other guys, I don't know if you're really on my team, but also I think it's a big indicator that like you don't really feel as emotional because I think women can sleep around without emotion, but it's definitely like riskier, right? I think men could probably sleep around and it a lot lower risk of like emotional ties.
Oh, for sure. Men, like
right.
Literally men don't care. Like mostly.
Well, I don't think it's that they don't care. I think it's that it depends because I'll put it this way. Like, I don't want to say something in a bad way about men or women, but I'll just put it this way. Like, I think if a man's inexperienced for whatever reason, he will be more emotional about it. But I think women tell men about things as they sleep with them. So guys who've been with a lot of women kind of understand what's happening a lot more, if that makes sense. So their expectations aren't outside of reality. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like if a guy's been with 100 women, he's going to pretty much understand women a lot more because he's been told, right?
But at the same time, like but for that reason too, like women need to be smarter because like guys will tell you literally anything that you want to hear, and some go for it.
Well, sure, but I mean, women can do the same thing. I'm not saying they always do, but women definitely aren't always 100% honest.
I mean, it's not the woman's fault though for believing in it though, not just believing
they
like a man
believe hook,
says.
line, and sinker. Like some fell right into the trap.
Yes, so it's their fault, not the man's fault.
Yeah, but y'all do it.
Yes, but it's your fault.
Knowing
So,
that you're like, oh,
if a man beats his wife and she stays with him, is that the man's fault or the wife's fault?
No, it's definitely both fault. Yeah.
No, but whose fault is that staying and not calling the police? You're staying with an abusive person and he's a manipulator, so it's the woman's fault for believing it over and over again.
Yeah, so like I'm not a fan of people that stay in abusive relationships. Like if you're in one, then you should call the authorities and get out.
So it's the woman's fault, not the man's.
It happens at both sides, though.
Men and women have different ways of thinking.
It literally
so
happens. There's women like that, like pound on men too.
The reason why it's the woman's fault is if she stays with that person again and who does it again and again, after that relationship ends, she thinks that's normal and she's going to expect that to happen. And if it happens again, she's going to go for abusive men every time because she thinks it's normal. So it's the woman's fault for staying, not that.
Well,
I don't think
but
the
listen,
beat her.
hold on. But here's the thing. And I know that you just come and like try to disrupt every conversation that I've been in.
I'm smarter than you, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. So, but I'll go with what you're saying just for the sake of argument, because I know John's probably not going to kick you off, although he probably should. But
first of all, don't disrespect him like this. I know John longer than you. I'm friends with John. I am nor left or right. Okay. And before I answer your question,
you're
before I answer your question,
you're impossible to have a conversation.
Before I answer your question, what is the sixth planet away from the sun?
Anyways, so we're going on with this.
Are you smarter than the fifth grader? What is the sixth planet away from the sun? Answer that question.
No, I'm not going to answer.
So you're not going to answer? Then shut the fuck up and do your math and do your research on scientific research if you're smarter than a fifth grader, okay? I don't talk to someone who's not smarter than a fifth grader.
Conversation.
Someone who says I'm interrupting someone, okay? And I was quiet for like 5 minutes, like 5-10 minutes. I wasn't interrupting anyone. I was quiet for 5-10 minutes and saying, John,
you do this every time. You do this every time. You just always come and just destroy the conversation every time.
Really? So then are you going to answer my question?
Do you want to do trivia? I love trivia.
So what is the sixth planet away from the sun?
The answer was to him. Can I jump in? I will. It's Saturn.
So you're smarter than a fifth grader.
Yep,
okay.
I think
What is
so.
A squared
Guess
plus B
so.
squared?
I'm sorry, what?
What's A squared plus B squared equal?
Let me tell you why you're wrong.
I didn't even hear what you
Hold on.
said.
Let me tell Maddie why he's wrong.
Go ahead.
As I'm eating croutons out of a bag.
Go ahead. Tell me why I'm
it's
wrong.
It's actually not about being smarter than a fifth grader. See, this is a non sequitur because intelligence has nothing to do with trivia. See, a dumb person can remember trivia.
But aren't you smarter than a fifth grader?
See, you're already destroyed. I already destroyed your whole argument. So, anyways,
no, you did not. You just have to say yes or no. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Yes or no?
All right, John. I appreciate you, buddy. I'm not gonna hang out with this dude.
So you can't even answer if you're smarter than a fifth grader.
Because he destroys every conversation I'm in.
Listen,
every
like
conversation.
but also you're picking and choosing your own questions to ask people because you know the answer to it. That's not fair.
Okay, then if you want to do this, spell pseudo hypothyroidism.
Oh
if
my
you want
god,
to go high
what is your deal, man? Really?
Well, he wants to say that I'm indirectly doing with John, and he hates me because for my political views, he hates me for that.
Okay, but you just sat here and you said like I'm not right or left. So how could somebody hate you for your political views?
Because for me, I think women should not have the right to vote.
And why is that?
Why? Well, if you look at over this, majority of women think it's my body, my choice, when it's literally not. Okay, that's simple. If you're doing the act of schmex, it's your responsibility if you get pregnant. Simple as that. Okay. Also, most women, majority of women, okay, believe that it is a right. It is a right, not a privilege. It is a right to abort kids. They think it's, I have the right to do all this. Okay. And more of the fact is that every single time, majority of women will also support Kamala Harris with her point of view and political views.
But you just got done saying you're not right or left. So why would you bring that up?
Yes, because I hate Trump's point of views of him supporting Israel, and I hate Kamala's point of views for abortion in Ukraine. So, like, I literally believe in America first.
I'm confused on what are you standing for?
I'm an America first.
Okay, I respect that.
I think that Americans, and I think that if I was president, I would cut funding to Israel. I would put this into fundamental for schools. I would make sure every single time someone who, you to get a license of a pew pew, I believe that you have to get it mentally evaluated every 6 months to make sure you're mentally evaluated and considered to have one. And if you do not get medically evaluated and you do legally own it, you could be fined up to $5,000 because I think it's a right. I think it's a privilege to have a pew pew in the mental state. Because people who can change mentally over time. That's why getting medically evaluated every 6 months is mandatory in my belief. That's why it's America first, and I believe in American safety first. And I believe if you unalive an American citizen for no automatic reason and no self-defense, you deserve to get hanged on television for unaliving an innocent American civilian.
I mean, it happens in other countries, right? So it's not that extreme.
Yes, but they deserve to get hanged.
It's not going to happen here, that's for sure. But I get your point. I get your point.
You can say like any other topic why my topics are bad, like why I don't think women should vote.
No, I think like your logic is in the right place. Yeah, it's
he hated me for that. He hates me for that.
It's a little extreme, but it's
controversial.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. He thinks I hate women. I don't. I think from my personal belief, I think men are the caretakers, and I think women should take care of the children while the men go and work and be providers because that's the majority of men's work to do. So
that's actually conservative values.
Well, yes, I'm saying I'm not left or right, but I have values of besides like under Kamala, I like that, that, what is it called? She had the policy under Biden that she implemented to Biden that was your medical debt would not go on your credit reports, which actually benefited young Americans and older Americans, which is very beneficial for both sides. But I believe that, I lean more, I'm not a right or left person, but each side has good values that I can't disagree on. Because Epstein, yes, but like Trump being on there doing anything to the kids, no, I don't think he did that. No proof of that.
There's no proof of that.
That's my point. He didn't do anything with that. He reported Epstein to the FBI. He did that. People don't want to talk about it. I'm a very controversial person, and I think that people who hate my ideas.
You're not with pedophiles if you're not part of that.
He's not a pedophile.
No, I'm not talking about him, Maddie, whoever you are.
You're calling me one.
No.
And what are you saying, sir?
I'm asking like Trump, why would he be hanging out with them?
I can answer that. Like in the 90s, 80s, when you're coming up and you have that much wealth, that's the circle. It's the same thing as like
So,
if
so
you're
it makes it okay.
no, it
And
doesn't
this-
make it okay.
so-
But when he realized, like, oh God, this guy's a creep, he blew the whistle and called him out.
You know what, Shannon? I'm going to ask you this. Let's say you're 23. Okay. Epstein comes up to you, says, hey, you want to go to my private island with a bunch of these celebrities, a bunch of billionaires. I'll pay for everything. I'll pay for
Which
your
he
own
didn't
stuff.
even do it, by the way.
Oh, I know. But if someone offered you that, in your mind, are you going to think, oh, is there kids in here? Is there kids here? Are they doing anything to kids? No, your mind is like, oh, this rich person is inviting me to go hang out with celebrities and rich people, right? So I would say yes if I didn't know anything was going on, because I think it would be cool to go. Because if I didn't know anything was happening on, I would obviously yes, because it's a cool idea and a once in a lifetime experience to go. So if anyone who went on there and
the Europeans somehow invented conquest. Hold on a second.
Bottom line
Hold on a
is
second.
that we did it better.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Finish.
The idea that Europeans somehow invented G-side and invented conquest just
I didn't
ain't
say
true.
that.
The fact of the matter is Mexicans ain't native to this land either. This was new. This land here, that where we live on the Western United States, was New Spain for 300 years. And then Mexico got its independence, held this land for 27 years, and then it became the United States for the last 180. The idea that somehow this land belongs to Mexico is 100% grade A bullshit. It's either New Spain or the United States, who have had it for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Mexico had it for 27 years.
And that's why.
Respect.
And that's
27
why
years.
I stated, and hold on.
I mean, technically, it doesn't belong to any of us.
That's the exactly. It doesn't belong to anybody.
It's my shit now.
Thank you. It does not belong to anybody, and I did not say.
Then
that
how can it be
Europeans-
stolen?
I did not say that Europeans invented genocide. Don't put words in my mouth. That's not what I said.
Okay, let me jump in here for Solstice really quick.
Hold on. All across the board, every country, all of these imaginary borders shouldn't exist at all. We should all just be living.
You got locks on your front door? You got locks on your front door?
No, listen. Even if you go back to, hold on. I believe, no, listen, I'm not the biggest Bible thumper. I'm a Muslim. I did grow up Christian, but I'm a Muslim. So I believe now if anybody on the panel knows a lot about the Bible, because I'm going to say something I might need help with.
I got it.
I know the
So at one point in time, everybody spoke the same language. And then somebody built the big tower and God knocked it down.
Tower of Babel.
That's a parable. That's a parable.
No,
that's not a parable. It's a real thing.
Listen, listen.
This is what?
Hold on. This is my problem again.
That's crazy.
No, stay with me. Now, again, I'm saying this as a Muslim because Muslims believe in all books. Jesus is actually mentioned more in the Quran than the prophet is.
Yes,
so we know who Jesus is. Don't get it fucked up. We know who he is.
Terrible.
He is the man. So my understanding is
Put some respect on that.
Yeah, I'm putting some respect on Jesus' name, Jesus Christ.
And I appreciate
They
that.
built the whole thing. Everybody spoke the same language at 1st and some fucking idiot built the tower and it knocked it the fuck down, and now God changed everybody's tongue to speak a different language.
That's a parable.
Is that what? But
It was not a
okay.
parable.
That's
So that right
That
there,
literally
that's
happened.
border.
Old
So what that did? Wait. So God made borders right there. So if we're going to
Go back even further.
but see, this is why people. But see, this is why people don't want to believe in God, because they don't want structure. See, liberals don't like believing in God, but I'm so spiritual. Here we have. Now I'm about to get dark. I'm about to say some really dark things, guys. We just uncovered a group of files where people was doing things in the name of Satan. We can't afford not to believe in God right now. We can't afford not to do that, because we got really, really, really rich, elite people doing things in the name of the wicked one. So we have to believe in God. Let's nip that in the bud right now. We believe in God, period.
I got a question for Solstice. Solstice,
So
you got
you-
locks on your front door?
That's not the same thing. And
Tell me why it's different.
Hold on. Let me ask
you. Border
Hold on.
and a house.
I mean, people still pick locks every day, so people still pick locks every day.
Hold on, real quick, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Before all y'all go chiming in, we do have two new panelists. We got two hearts, and I'm gonna just say ish. I'm gonna just call you ish.
Yes, thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just be really brief. Solstice, you believe that women have the right to discriminate who they sleep with, right?
Everybody does.
Okay. And you believe that people own their property, they own their house, they have the right to like give money to who they want to give money to or not give it to them. Like the different laws that we have, like no grape, no unaliving, no theft, no fraud,
what does that
right?
have to do with the border?
Well, how can you have a tribe of people that don't have like a place to live that's their own, right?
What?
Like, would you tell people who live in Africa that they have to let all Americans come live in their country tomorrow because we want to go there?
What do you think Africa looks like? What do you think Africa looked like when
the
Europeans went there in the first place? You think that they were seriously living in huts? They were not. They had civilizations.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that
laws are different. The laws are different over there.
Right, but what I'm saying is that if all Americans today said we need to go there for whatever reason, right, and we just moved into whatever African nation, do you think that they should have to accept us or not?
I think if all borders were eliminated and nobody was inciting violence, yes, everybody can go.
So you believe in colonialization?
Yes, everybody.
That's the point. That's the problem right there.
So you believe, Solstice. So you believe.
Can somebody else talk, or the guy's gonna get emotional and talk over everybody?
Hold on.
So you believe in colonization?
Hold on. Two Hearts is right. I believe. Two Hearts just told on herself. Like, she don't even realize in that little bit she said, we know a lot about her. Two Hearts, welcome to the panel.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the prompt?
Can a conservative never have a successful? I would say no, because most of the people on this panel can't even get along. So, and y'all don't even know each other. So probably not in a relationship. No, definitely not.
Amen.
Why do you hate men?
What? When did she say that?
Why do you hate men?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't hate men.
Say that.
Men are human beings.
Do you believe men should be the head of the household?
If you want to be, yes.
Do you believe men should be the head of the household?
Yes, if you want to be the head of the household.
No, it's not what do you want to be or not.
Yes, men. Yes, men.
Like she letting you be the head of the household when she said it like that. Like
yes, you can be the head of the household. Yes, you can. Yes, men can be the head of the household.
Do you think they should be?
Do you think men should be the head of the household?
Yes. If you are conservative, yes, you should be the head of the household.
No. Stop with the wait. Hold on. Stop with the weird answers. Stop. We're really
I'm
smart.
answering your question.
Two Hearts. No. Two Hearts. We're really smart people up here. Do you think a man should be the head of the household, period?
Yes, if you want that, yes.
You got it. See, you stop with the old add-on bullshit. That's not. I don't like
I'm
that.
anti.
You're a
yes,
narcissist.
men should be the head of the household if that's the dynamic that you want.
You're a narcissist. Anyway, what's up? Listen, here's the thing. I don't believe a conservative and a liberal would have a successful relationship. No. Do I believe
a man can be the head of the household?
I literally said that.
What if he's a liberal? If he's a liberal man, could he have a household if he's liberal? No,
I was trying to interject.
I disagree though. But, I disagree.
A liberal, by definition, can't be the head of the household because they believe in.
I mean, I believe that too, love.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
If you want to be the head of the household, you can be the head of the household.
A liberal can't be the head of the household. They believe too much in equity and equality.
As long as they agree with your ideology.
Hearts, do you believe that a woman can have a male genitalia?
Is he talking to me?
That one.
Yeah, think about
Two Hearts. Do you believe that
got so bad.
Male genitalia.
So no, I don't think
too many people are talking at once. I don't know.
A conservative and a liberal will not have a successful relationship. I do believe maybe
I've had one for 7 years, my guy.
I don't think she's Anthony. I'm gonna be honest.
She liberal as fuck.
I don't think she's.
She liberal as fuck. She liberal.
I don't know, man.
And
I'm sure that there's exceptions. I'm sure that there's exceptions to the rule. I mean,
You're married though.
But I don't see it. I don't see that.
Not on a regular basis, no. Like something that's like normal, like you see frequently, no. But like I said, if you come across a liberal woman that is willing to fall in line in some places, it could work.
I'm gonna keep it real. I ask my girl all the time, how come she never found a liberal man? She said, because they're all pussies.
I disagree personally.
That's why I just said what I said, Sid. That's why I said it depends on the leader.
I don't think it will work. It won't work.
Let me respond to Queen. Let me respond to Queen's comments because I want people to know that I see their comments. Some people be commenting. So Queen said, and most men have not submitted to God. That is a lie. It's our women who hasn't submitted to God. It's our women who want to get abortions, which is satanic. It's our women who want to be sexually liberated, twerking at the red light, dressing however they want to dress. Our women swayed far away from God than we have. Y'all want to twerk at the red light. Excuse me, I'm speaking. Excuse me. Y'all women can't even. We already know that fucking 98% of these abortions are elective.
Not crime.
Right?
How many
You get what I'm saying?
that's a statistic. How many
No.
So
as far as acting and moral, we got more OnlyFans models and teachers.
I mean, men are doing very immoral stuff. Look at the Epstein files, for example. Men are doing a lot of immoral stuff too.
Yeah, but again,
a lot. Both parties, you ask me.
You know what I love?
Both are doing a lot of bad
about
stuff.
conservative women, though.
We're talking about drifting away from God.
You know what I love the most about conservative women? No penis.
What?
That's weird, right?
They ain't got no penis.
Wait. Say that again. Oh, I get it that way.
That's what I love the most about conservative women. They ain't got no pee-pee.
No, well, you know what's funny though? There are some MAGA trans people.
Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner.
True.
Caitlyn Jenner. That's it.
There's a couple.
There's a lot of MAGA trans gay people.
It is.
Like,
I don't think MAGA people are really conservative. I don't think. Do
you guys think that
MAGA is
more
traditionally
people are
conservative,
MAGA
though.
than they are conservative?
I don't think MAGA people are. I don't think.
Are you
MAGA
think more people are
traditionally
conservative versus
conservative,
liberal? Because I think more people are conservative.
If you're MAGA, you're either going to be like you're more spiritual, religious at least. If you're liberal,
I think if you're MAGA,
I will say that it's a lot more liberal people
if you're liberal.
Wait, I can't.
Over to being conservative.
MAGA's
Queen,
ain't
come up here and
traditionally
debate.
conservative.
Queen, hold on. We're not gonna do this. Queen, come up here and debate. Let's debate in front of the people. So
she want to go back and forth.
So Queen, but I ain't going back and forth with the comments. I will just mute your comments and make you come up here. Come up here and debate. We ain't got to beat this up.
Anthony,
I ain't even angry. You just scared.
Hold on,
just scared. You just scared.
I will tell you this.
It seems as if whenever you call, like for example, men bad behavior has been called out since the 1900s. We've been called out for all the Jesse James, all the bank robberies, the cowboy stuff we was doing. We've been called out for having, even going into the 30s and 40s, from having 2 different families on 2 different parts of town. Men have been called out on every single thing we did wrong. We go to jail the most. We pay the most in alimony and most in child support all the motherfucking time. That's accountability right there, even though some people don't want to admit it. We've been called out for every bad thing. We finally called women out one time, and here we are. No, I'm with the smoke. Come up here and debate. Let's talk about it.
We've been called out for a lot of stuff we did right too.
Add to what you're saying. Not only that, but somehow women have decided that they're in control of 100% of a relationship. This is why most of them are single.
Who said that? What?
Yeah. What?
Most of
What? What type of women are y'all dating? What type of women are y'all around?
Case in point, guys. Case in point.
What are you guys talking about? Who says that? That's crazy.
But I hear y'all. Y'all let them have it.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I'm married 23 years.
Is your woman trying to control 100% of the
I've lived
relationship?
that life, and I've taken back what's mine. And I'm going to tell you right now, women have this fallacy that they are in control of the terms of 100% of relationship, what they think they deserve, and what they think they should have.
No, that's crazy. I don't think no one's 100% in control of the relationship.
Which one?
Neither.
And if you are, that's kind of weird. Why do you want to be 100% in control of a person?
I certainly don't.
It's good feminism.
I think that what we're all called to do as men, and I'm not trying to bring religion into this, is that the traditional Christian way is that the woman is supposed to submit to the man, but hold on, but
the man is also supposed to.
That's right. Hold on. I'm about to land.
The man is also supposed to.
Hold on, man. Hold on. I'm about to land.
Yeah, go do your thing, bro.
So yes, women are called in the Christian religion to submit to their husbands. However, the husbands are called to love and serve their wife, and love their wife as Christ loved the church. That means that with that submission comes a price to pay. And that price is, if you got to lay down your life for your wife, that's something you got to do. You're supposed to love your wife. So it doesn't. It's not about. It's not about. Hey! I'm about to land that plane. And the problem with society is right now, women ain't really trying to submit to the men because they don't feel like they're being loved. And I feel like if a woman feels like, you know what, I will submit to that man if he loves me the way he's supposed to.
Well, let me ask.
I have a question.
Solstice said this really cool. She said F no. I want to know why she said that.
I mean, what is? I have a question. So if you're not religious, what is?
That's how we gonna do that.
Men's fascination with like wanting a person to submit to them. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. It's a genuine question.
Every night.
Like, it's a genuine question. And I'm not trying to be funny because I'm not around a lot of men.
Do you want an honest?
Yeah, because I'm not around.
I'll give you an
a lot
honest
of
answer.
men,
Here's the reason why.
so I don't really know a
Hold on,
lot
I'll
of
tell you
things I
why.
mentioned.
Because women never take accountability for anything. That's the reason.
That's not.
No,
okay,
that's not
one. That's one guy.
I'll tell you because if you believe in the biblical structure of the nuclear family, women are supposed to be man's helper.
But look, they don't believe in that, so you can say that they're not going to listen.
Hold on, man. Let me finish.
You said you're going to land the plane. Let me go now, okay?
I mean, you already landed, didn't you?
Guys said,
let somebody else talk.
You guys said, hold on. You guys said, why do men want women to submit? I'm telling you why. Because you guys don't really want responsibility. You want to pretend that you want accountability, and you don't.
Agree with that for sure. Yeah. Okay.
All
now,
right.
Next person. What other guy wants to answer?
So wait, you agree? I'm right?
No.
I mean, anybody can be right.
No. Stop. God said women submit to men. We submit to God. We didn't say that. That's not a rule that we made. Period.
They don't believe in God. That's my point. They don't believe in God.
But they don't believe in God because they don't like structure. And it's easier. But what I said earlier, we just uncovered a shit ton of people sacrificing children to Satan. We can't afford not to believe in God right now. So you either want shit to get off.
But here's the thing is they already said that they blame men. They don't blame the women involved in it. They just look at men and they say it's their fault. That's what they just look. They just left. So
I hear what you're saying, host, and I 100% agree, because we now come to an impasse where that saying of, when good men do nothing, the greatest of evils perpetrate themselves on the face of the earth. And this is the impasse that we face right now.
I will be honest with y'all, though. All jokes aside, I'm 26, and all 26 years of me living, I've never met a man that did absolutely nothing.
I'm sorry, say that again, Crave.
I've never met a man that does nothing. Every man does something. I will say that. Now, y'all I think dating now is women. When it comes to these women, are y'all on to something? Absolutely. But sitting here saying men don't do nothing, I just ain't never seen it. That's just me.
It's a fallacy.
No, listen, motherfuckers don't want to believe in God.
I've lived a life.
Motherfuckers don't want. Cats don't want to believe in God because they don't like structure.
Nate,
That's
you
what it
definitely
is.
don't want to start with me because I've been peeping you out lately. You been
That's
having
what
the
I'm saying.
gangster
Like
shit going on.
to be a liberal is to be godless in a sense. Like you can't if their God is typically themselves or either some type of or the whole chakra or you follow the chakra line and they follow all the way up to that God.
Can we break that down a little bit? Can we break down to be liberal means to be godless? Can you break down that sentence for me?
Oh, very vague statement, but all right, broken down. Most liberals and most opinion from my I guess anecdotal experience in life, 38, from what I'm seeing, they typically tend to not believe in any religious form of God or any secular form of God. It's typically a God of themselves or the God of some other mystery beliefs. I say mystery because I say, or let's say hidden. Let me not say mystery. Let me say hidden belief system.
Okay, so can I kind of rap with you about that? So just because a person doesn't believe in one organized religion, that means that they don't have structure. They don't have a structural belief.
Well,
Is that what you're? No.
I never said structure. I said
I made the statement. Hold on, George.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I made the statement.
Okay, so my thing is, what you're saying is, if somebody who doesn't believe in an organized religion doesn't believe in
it's not the organized religion that I'm speaking to. I'm talking about God. I'm talking about like.
No, but he made the blatant statement to be a liberal is to be. Yes, that's why I was talking to him specifically, love. I understand your host, so I'm gonna respect you on your panel and listen to whatever you have to say. But he made that statement.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, you're saying that you mentioned the chakras, and I'm glad you mentioned that. What about the chakra and the Hindu belief doesn't have structure? Because if we talk about the structures, if we talk about structures, and we're really talking about the whole chakra system is in alignment, and in alignment is structure, correct?
So structure may have not been our point if you called on today. I did say secular. If I kind of emphasize that for a reason, not structure, because I know many Wiccans, they have structure. They do that. I understand their days when they do their praises. I work with them. I get it. So
a Wiccan? What is a Wiccan?
That's structural too. So structure is not being my point, but that belief system that Wiccan believes in, it's more of a hidden.
What is a Wiccan?
That's why I say hidden. Not do your knowledge, dear. I mean, come on.
I mean, no, I'm do my knowledge. I don't know what I don't know. I mean,
all right, Wiccan, let's say.
I
know.
can actually
that was
answer
a
her
question.
question.
That's a phrase.
If you guys want to let me go,
Wait, hold on.
Answer her question.
Let me give a statement.
I've never heard of a witch. Okay, it's a witch.
Never did.
Hold on. Let me.
I mean, that's a blanket statement. Be careful because they'll get pissed off if you call them that.
Let me just make a statement, and the panel is going to be open. You can ignore what I'm saying or speak on it. Don't matter. Whenever I see the pastor in the streets with the speaker connected to his microphone and he's preaching, it was the liberals that was trying to. I'm talking about the purple-haired LGBTQ. They trying to slap the microphone out his hand.
Facts.
They trying to beat him up while he preaching the word. They're physically trying to harm. They spitting on him. They yelling and screaming while he's fit. He's giving the word, and you're trying to hurt him. That is anti-God right there. It is the LGBTQ that was trying to go inside these libraries and in these little schools teaching our children about LGBTQ when it speaks against that in biblical and Islamic practices.
So can I ask you a question, host?
1 minute. This is 100% anti-God.
Mm-hmm.
Now, ain't nothing wrong with being gay. I don't got nothing against nobody being gay, but keep it the fuck away from children. And then on top of that, putting your hands on the pastor for giving the word in the middle of the street, that's wrong as 2 left feet.
Okay, so my question to you is, if and don't get me wrong, I'm not taking away from your point. My question to you is it equally as godless for the people of the church to attack LGBTQ community? Because they do.
Well,
so is it equally godless?
I
don't think the church attacks.
Hold on.
They do.
I don't see people in the church attacking LGBT.
They do.
Hold on.
No, first of all, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying